Hi, my name is max.shirshin. I'm a botanical artist from Berlin, and today we will be drawing an olive using the Derwent Light Fast pencils from the upgrade box. So what do we have here? We have the pencils, which I sharpened using this sharpener. I actually used this one, which is marked normal, but I prefer to use this one for colored pencil. Then I have the swatches, which I did before with all the colors we have and some mixes. Then I made a really quick sketch of an olive I'll be drawing. So this is done on a throwaway piece of paper. You don't want to use your high quality paper for sketches. And I use this pencil to do this sketch. I'm using a photo reference I made myself. This is an olive from Malta. And then I transferred my sketch to the final sheet of paper, which is taken from this paper block by Magnani, which is produced specially for the upgrade box. And I transferred my drawing with a very, very light outline of blue, as you can see here. Not sure if you can see it. It's barely visible. And what I did, I just took two pieces of paper like this and I put them against the window, and because paper is semi-transparent, I could actually outline the sketch, and that's the technique you could try as well if you want to transfer your drawing to the final sheet of paper. I will now talk you through the drawing process and give you some tips and tricks. So I begin by doing the outline and the underpainting using this light blue color. I take the light blue because it's the color of the sky, and most natural subjects have reflections from the sky, so this helps make them look natural. Also, this is a botanical drawing, so this means it has to be realistic and it has to represent the original subject in a botanically accurate way. It's also very common that such illustrations are done on a white background without adding shadows. That's also what I do here. And now I start mapping out the basic colors. So we have this upper part, which is ochre and green, and we have this lower part, which is more magenta and violet and darker shades. And I start mixing the first colors. So as you can see, I do a mix of magenta and ochre to achieve this saturated brown color. And I also start mixing the dark violet in for more shadowy areas. And I also start outlining the shape of my subject. I try to preserve the highlights as much as I can there in the middle, because it's easy to overwork them, and you can always do this at the very, very end. And I also start adding smaller details, and here's my secret weapon, the dark green pencil, which is always a very good mixer. So this color is almost useless when used alone, but when it's mixed, it mixes nicely with so many colors, and it can add perfect darker shades, especially when mixed with magenta or violet. It's a very, very useful shadow color. Now I start slowly adding smaller details one by one. I also use a bit of ultramarine to outline my olive once more, to highlight the shape, and I'm also adding those smaller dots, and slowly preparing to touch the highlights. Yes, I go in and I add more detail and more texture. so the olive starts taking shape. I keep working on texture details. I use darker colors, and I also use ultramarine and ochre to work a bit on the highlights to make them look more natural. Now it's time to work on the stem. I have to draw the lines very carefully to keep the crisp outlines, and I also use my blender pencil. At this stage of the drawing, it's actually a good idea to start blending your colors a bit with the blender to achieve more uniform color transitions. I'm now adding the final touches and color nuances, and the drawing is done.